Hi, it's Kathy and welcome to day 7 of the Get Momentum programme, and today is about adding value in relationships. Now, in yesterday's exercise, you worked through an understanding of how to influence your own reactions and the reactions of others. So today we're just going to extend this a little bit further and talk about adding value in relationships. And I really can't emphasize enough to you that the value of your relationships in business is going to impact on your success. If you can lever the relationships that you make, you can grow your business way more quickly than you possibly could on your own. And it's not necessarily about formal partnerships, about formal joint ventures. It could be about informal partnerships, about creating referral networks, about creating a joint promotion with somebody. I mean, the myriad of the ways in which you may work with somebody is enormous, and it's only limited really by the scope of your imagination. And today I just want to emphasize that as you communicate with people, as you build in the how, which is what we talked about yesterday, with the content, with the specialism that you've got, with the what, then you can really get the best out of those relationships. We talked yesterday about being in business with somebody that you know, like and trust, and that you want to be one of those people. And it doesn't just apply to the real world as well. Your online interactions on social media, in forums, in your email communications, all go to the value of relationships. So let's have a look at one of the exercises from today. Okay, so very much like yesterday, I want you to start today to notice the reactions, and not just around the emotions and the energy of the reactions, but start to notice what people are saying and when somebody has a genuine interest. And it's should be kind of obvious, I think, that when you are interested in somebody else and when you're asking them questions, when you're allowing them to talk about themselves, to express what they're interested in, then they think that you are a much more interesting person yourself. So it's kind of counterintuitive that you can have a conversation and almost say nothing about yourself, and the person that you're having that conversation will think that you're the most interesting person in the room. But it's all about allowing people to be comfortable and giving them a way to talk about themselves, and in a business context, giving them some kind of genuine and real outcome from that conversation. So it isn't just about a conversation, but you're able to take it to the next step. So the first part, again, is the watching, the awareness, the kind of people watching part of it. And then in stage 2, I want you to map out where and with whom you want to build some of those positive relationships in your business. Who do you think is going to be able to give you the kind of leverage that's going to help you? Now, to give you a bit of direction here, you might want to think about people who are in related industries, for example. So somebody who is in a similar kind of business, but who works at a different stage of the process. So if, for example, you are an editor or a proofreader, I have somebody in one of my mastermind groups who's in this exact situation. She can form relationships with people, for example, who are web designers, who are in publishing, because she will be able to offer a service to their clients that they can't offer themselves. So she's not in direct competition with them, but she's looking for people who work with the same clients that she works with, but at a different stage of the process. And that's going to enable her to build greater collaborations and to build a referral network for her own business. And likewise, of course, she's going to refer people back the other way as well. So first of all, map out who it is you want to build those stronger relationships and why. Are you looking for people to build collaborations with? Are you looking for people who are going to help market your services? Are you, for example, going to look at somebody who has a slightly different specialism than you, where you can actually build a collaborative service, or you can create a product together, you can have some kind of one-off project together? So, just create some kind of map or diagram or list of who those people might be, and think big. Don't just think small on this. Think about some of the real big players that you might want to interact with. Okay. And the third stage of this is think about how you can add value to the other person, so that you're not going into a situation saying, this is my service, I would love it if you would refer clients to me, how can we work together? But you say, for example, I work with this particular client base And sometimes they are looking for technical help, they're looking for web design help. I'd really like to get to know you because I think you could be somebody that I could refer my clients to. And how much more positive is that? Who isn't going to respond to that kind of an introduction? So go through your list and think about how you can add value to those people, not just about how they can add value to you, because you're starting a relationship here. This isn't a one-time conversation. It's not a sales pitch with somebody. This is about a relationship which could potentially go on for many years in your business. Okay, so let's have a look where this takes us, because if you're approaching your relationships from the perspective of the value that you add, I can tell you it will make you stand out from the crowd of people who are trying to sell themselves. I can't tell you how many times I go to a networking meeting and somebody comes up to me with their card and they want to tell me about their business, and basically they just want me to refer my clients to them for some other kind of a service. I'm never going to do that. I want to get to know them first, and I want to decide if it's somebody that I want to refer my very precious clients to. So, be the sort of person who's interested in other people, who offers value to other people. Whether this is online or offline, don't just think about this in an offline context. It applies to being in forums, to offering advice, to offering expertise, to offering to build relationships with people online as well as offline. And if you want to take this exercise further and to think really big about the relationships and who you're interacting with, then one of the exercises I sometimes do is to ask you to make a list of the top 10 people that you want to connect with in your absolute ultimate dream. This could be in a business context. It could be if you were to be on stage with these people, if they were your ideal partners, your imaginary cocktail party list. Just think of the top 10 people in your industry or in the world, or who is inspiring you, and how would you love to collaborate with them. And this just puts a little bit of creativity into thinking about relationships. It helps you think at a totally different level than you might be thinking at the moment. And if you start to think at that level, you start to associate with the qualities of those top 10. So create your top 10 list, your kind of cool dude crowd, your cocktail party list. And as you create that list, there's something about the people on that list that's actually a reflection of something in you that you maybe haven't quite let out yet. So if you find you've got a list of activists, or you've got a list of fashionistas, or, whatever it is, just play with that and just think, how can I be in that crowd, and how can I stand with them? And if I want to be on stage with those people, just start to visualize it, just start to imagine, and just start to believe that you can have relationships with those people that you've put on your list. Because this exercise actually adds not just to you building relationships, but it also adds to the understanding of your strengths work that we've already done. And it just gives you a slightly different perspective on your inner world, as well as the outer world of actually going out and forging those great relationships. Okay, so that's the end of day 7, building relationships and adding value in relationships. And I will see you tomorrow.